would say one of the courses I think would be most helpful, and probably one of the biggest gaps we see, especially when we recruit ag, econ and ag business, is the gap of general business knowledge. And so I see it, it's tough because we have the Carlson School of Management at the University of Minnesota, and they, teach the supply chain operations, all those classes, and so being able to talk to that business experience is very helpful. And so I would say classes that talk about supply chain or give these entry-level classes, that are much more broader business or that have an agricultural lines behind them. So talk about agricultural supply chain, the rail lines, barges, although that would be a very impactful class to give a student so that they can have a broader business context that they can use.
This is a fantastic question, and what I'm writing here is some of the things that we teach students once they come on board. And I think that will be ideal to move that one step back into the process. So universities are teaching this, not organizations, then it will be more of a reinforcement for us. But some of the things we teach is crucial conversations, which is a class about managing employees, managing performance, having those critical conversations with coworkers or teammates, or whether it's leading a team. Influencing without power, that's more and more important nowadays. And span and layers now, you have one manager having 6 direct reports, depending on what business function you are leading. So the ability to influence without power is really critical. Navigating a metrics organization, Land Lake is a metrics organization, a lot of virtual relationship, virtual teams, phone calls, emails, and you are linked to multiple units within the business. So if a student has an idea of how a metrics organization works and how to navigate that and be successful, that's a very critical one. Leadership skills, just the foundation of leadership skills. I think that's another critical that you can be teaching. Business communications and interpersonal skills. Often we see interns writing an email, and you can tell it's a new intern. The email is it's long, right? So you send a response really quick and say, yeah, great email. Just give me a quick call, I want to talk to you about this communication. And how can you make it 50 sentences into 3 and still make your point? So I think that's an important one. I'm Hispanic, we like to talk a lot. And believe me, I learned it really quick. To the point, straight, short. Otherwise, you cannot really get things done. So, project management is another important one. Most of the work we do is, even if we are leading a team of people, we also are involved with different projects, or maybe involved, or maybe called into due to the expertise of being a buyer, or being a leading supply chain. What is your perspective? So the ability to take a project from beginning to end is another class that I think is quite important. And then finance, understanding the finance, the business principle, accounting. So that will give you the ability to understand the decisions that you are making. If you're working for a for-profit organization, how that will impact the bottom line. So those are the ones that I will say are important to us, Land Lakes. And those are the classes that we try to reinforce when we bring new leaders into the organizations.
From Cargill's point of view, I'd say 2 things. So, well-rounded, so having some knowledge in every area of business. So whether it's finance, accounting, human resources, operations, supply chain, all those are important. You're going to be working with employees from all different functions, no matter what role you're in. So you're going to have to build experience within your role, within the job as you start working, or already have some experience through coursework, and how those different functions operate. But then also, one of the big gaps, actually, for me personally, since I'm in operations, is safety. So I don't see any, I'm not aware of any business programs or any applied economics programs that maybe require a safety class or something that's more on the construction management lines. But It's something in our industry that's gaining a lot of traction for a lot of number of reasons, right? That's good reasons. Allowing employees to go home at the end of the day, you know, versus injuries. We're still having fatalities in our business today, and so that's something that obviously is near and dear to our hearts. We want to limit that, limit every injury from happening, and so safety is becoming part of the mindset of the whole culture at Cargill, and everyone from the operations level, at the plant level, all the way up, and so, and within the other functions as well, even within an office job. And so that's really part of our culture now, and so safety is another big one.
I think that's a pretty good add. I will say that if I have somebody that will interview for a supply chain job or operations job and understand OSHA and lockout tagout and arc flash and those principles, that's the candidate I want to talk to first before I talk to others.